My name is Clyde Lewis. I'm with Ground Zero Radio, KXL, Portland, Oregon. I am so honored to be standing here on these Capitol steps. It's the first time I've ever set foot on these Capitol steps to declare that I'm a patriot as well. I am so proud of everyone that I see standing here today.
Amen.
Many times on my radio show, I have told people that they need to be aware. They need to be together. We need to have togetherness, and we need to have love, and we need to have solidarity.
Unity.
There is one thing that the media cannot touch. They cannot touch the spirit that's here today.
Yes.
They cannot touch the patriotism that's emanating from these steps. They cannot touch the solidarity that I'm seeing everybody standing here and being a part of. This is what we need to convey in our everyday lives. We need to be examples for people. They look at you and they know what seeds you plant. I heard somebody talk about seeds. Always remember, when you look at an apple, you can count the seeds in a single apple, but you can't count this. You can't count the seeds, the apples from a single seed. You can't. That's why we need to be examples. This man who was killed, the reason why he's getting treated the way he's being treated in the media is because the court of public opinion is always wrong. The media gave him a death sentence. They called them terrorists. They were never charged as terrorists. They were only doing their duty as American citizens.
That's right.
Yes. Should we all be that bold?
Yes.
Everyone standing and demanding accountability from Washington.
Yes. Yep.
Should we investigate what really happened and understand that what really happened was an ambush?
Yep.
We need to remind everybody that they came with guns only to protect themselves and to protect those who they loved. When they were fired upon, they didn't shoot back. When they went to meet the sheriff, they didn't shoot back.
Right.
And you know what else? When he stepped out of that vehicle with his arms raised, he didn't shoot back.
No.
He was killed being a patriot.
Amen. He died for everybody.
He died for you. He died for me. He died for those who passed away, and he died for those who haven't even been born yet.
Yeah. Amen.
I'm Clyde Lewis, Ground Zero Radio. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Fred Marsico. I'm from Philadelphia. I've been living in Oregon for about 20-something years now. I want to challenge everyone.
I missed that whole thing.
I want to challenge you to read the Constitution. Not the one that represents the corporate government, but the Constitution that was in effect before 1871. That Constitution has 13 amendments, the last of which was called the Title of Nobility and Honors Amendment. The reason it was given was to prevent lawyers, attorneys from holding public office. The reason was because attorneys, lawyers, pledge allegiance to a bar association that is a foreign entity. The American Bar Association pledges its allegiance to the British accredited registry. The government that is in Washington, D.C. right now does not represent anyone here. Not one of us. You elect officers to a corporate government. You're not going to elect people into a corporate government that will ever represent you. Never. Will not happen. Me, I pledge my life, my fortune, and my sacred honor to stand against tyranny at all levels of government, whether it's state or local or federal or foreign. They are all enemies of we the people. The Constitution speaks of 3 branches of government. That is a federal system of governance. They don't speak of the first and primary, and that is we the people.
Yeah.
It is by consent of the governed that government exists. How long will we put up with the abuses of a corporate state? Whether it's this state or whether it's the federal state. It doesn't belong to us. What belongs to us is here in America. It's not an ethereal thing in a 10-mile square called the District of Columbia Municipal Corporation. That's not who we are. That's who they want us to think we are. We're not a corporate entity. We are sovereign individuals. And it's time that we start acting like sovereign individuals. We're not beholden to the government. The government is our servant.
That's right.
Not our master. When are we going to realize that they don't run our lives? I used to sit and cut class with a guy who played Ben Franklin in Old City, Philadelphia. Did you know that Benjamin Franklin was more of a father to America than Washington was? Because he had that many children. Did you know that Lincoln never freed the slaves? Did you know that Lincoln was a racist? No, you won't read that in history. They tell you Lincoln freed the slaves. That's not true. What is true is that Lincoln enslaved us all to the bankers. All of us. By deceit, by illusion, by color of law. Color of law means it's not law, it's legal under a corporate government. Any corporation has two documents that they must have. One is a constitution. The second is bylaws. Where's the bylaws of our government? It's contained within U.S. codes and contained in Uniform Commercial Code. There's a reason it's called Uniform Commercial Code, because it's a commerce. What's that have to do with freedom? Everybody here got a driver's license? You have taken an application to be beholden to the state. You have a right to transport yourself wherever you go in the world. They said it's a privilege. Anybody here have a concealed carry permit? The Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. Why do I have to pay the government for a privilege?
Why did LaVoy pay with his life for his First
Why
Amendment
does any man have
together?
to pay with their life?
That's right. Poor LaVoy.
LaVoy
He died
Finicum
for First
stood for
Amendment.
one thing. He stood for us. Freedom. The right to have property and to do as you want with your property. The only thing is, don't hurt anybody else. And he lived by that. He was a good man. He was an honorable man. And I'm here today out of respect for one man who had the guts to stand up. And I can see we have other men and women that are willing to do the same thing. This is a beginning. This isn't the end.
Yeah!
God
I live here in Salem. I was born in Salem. In 1968, I went to Vietnam. I was an NCO. When we fought, we captured people. There was a point when your enemy was a prisoner. You knew it. It was my job to enforce that. Many of you have been in the same place. If you will go to chrisannhall.com, she is an outstanding constitutional teacher.
Yes, she is.
She left Florida where she was nice and warm and came up to Burns, Oregon because she was invited. And many of you here I recognize were at her teachings. So please seek her out. She is leading by example.
Yes, sir.
Just as this man did. God bless him.
Thank you.
Julie Moskowitz.
Speak up, hon.
My name is Julie Moskowitz, and I brought my kids here today. They're 19 and 23 because they're so busy with their what's going on. My daughter goes to a Christian college. My son just had a baby. They are busy. But the one thing that I'm hearing from everybody, which is so heartrending, is we're standing together. But I was so touched when we were over at Dutch Brothers and we prayed, and that is where our power is.
Absolutely.
When the gentleman said that he was on his knees with LaVoy and praying, I believe.
I met with LaVoy 2 days before he died.
And he was a praying man. There is power in prayer.
There is. Amen.
We were not created to live in fear. We were meant to be courageous.
Yes.
The most spoken term in the Bible, or the most spoken phrase in the Bible, is fear not, have no fear. I spoke with a gentleman the other night when I was having a beer, and he says, oh, well, what if they take my job? What if they take my, how can I afford my car? I can't afford my rent. And I said, and he said that he was in the military. I questioned that, and I said, well, you've been through hell anyway, so what's stopping you now? Because all those things that you just mentioned, your government will take from you at some point anyway. So he said, well, if they come over to Marcola and they do martial law, then that's when we're going to stand. I said, no, that is not what's going to happen. You guys are going to run around wetting your pants. What's going to happen is we have to take baby steps. This is a baby step. This is networking. Get to know each other. Get to know names. Get the Facebook things. Get phone numbers, because
Make a
at some
plan.
point,
Make a plan.
at some point, we aren't going to have the media. Get phone numbers. Network. So when there is a call, when there is trouble, then we go. We were born to be courageous. We are Americans, and this country was founded by God, and He loves us.
Amen.
So our power is in prayer, and it is serving others, not for gain. But what we do is we hug our kids, we love our enemies, and we have to pray that everyone is safe. We have to pray. We have to ask God to forgive our sins. I don't mean to preach up here. I'm just saying that we are courageous and God loves us. I believe so much in the power of prayer and all of the I didn't know LaVoy. I wished I could have, but the people that did know him, he was a man of God and he believed in prayer. And I believe that this is happening because of his prayers. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just going to say one thing real quick. How many of you have seen the video of the procession after the funeral yesterday? Have some of you seen that? Yes. One thing that's important to remember is that it was reported there was a couple hundred people there. One media outlet, I think, reported over 1,000. There was actually about 3,000 people there.
Yeah! 2,000 on horseback.
3,000, and they had the horseback with the empty horse right after. It was really incredible. If you get a chance to go look at it, do that. But just know, if you hear media reports about 200 people or around 1,000, just know that it's 3,000 people that were there. And this is from people that were there that have said that, not people that are speculating.
How many of you are on Facebook? Woo! You know the other side doesn't believe in the Constitution. A lot of them use Facebook really, really well, and we have to drown them out. Well, that procession she was just talking about has hit 110,000 views now, and you guys need to make it 200,000. And you have to be on Facebook for one thing, if nothing else, and that's that man right there.
With that Facebook comment, those of you that don't know how to get around, you don't have to make your personal page be public.
Right.
When you share something from this media that's going on that you believe is real true, as soon as you share it, go back on, go to your page, the little arrow in the top corner, touch it, change the privacy setting for that post only. it goes viral. It goes nationwide. I personally did some videos in my pickup coming back from Burns. And those things have gone completely off the charts because I changed that social, and mine's still public or private, but those particular posts are not. And that's how you get by that and get it out there.
Okay, but mine's not private. Mine's public, and I'm on 12 pages, and I coach people on Facebook, and some of you have my card. This is the last one I got. It's K.L. Bridges for Oregon. And then you can go to Praytime USA, got your 6 at 6, and that's where that video is. And I watch it just now, over 110,000, and we need to make it even bigger.
He's trying to find Lorraine.
We can use Facebook more effectively than the other side.
Yes, we can.
And we need to do it now. And you have, yes.
Only
And
place.
I contacted every news media, every paper, before I came down here. K2 was the only one that contacted me back. But I don't know. So when you have a profile page, you can create a page and keep the page totally separate from your profile personal post. That's what I do. That's why I have Oregon Candidate Gallery Conservative, which has every Republican, since I am a Republican, from Multnomah County yet.
That's a rarity.
It's a unicorn!
What was that? Oregon candidate what?
Oregon Candidate Gallery dash Conservative. And if you know KL Bridges at KLBridges@gmail.com, several of you have the cards and you share it. Oregon Candidate Gallery Conservative, it has every Republican legislator with their contact information on there. I come down here during sessions at least once a week. Oregon Citizens Lobby is a place you can be trained to learn and go home and analyze the bills. When that bill that Barker was going to take through committee, I got a call from a guy here that heard that he was going to take it out of committee on Thursday. I sat in the car shuttle going to pick up my car on my phone and shared it to 50 pages.
Good for you.
That's what you can do. That's how you guys can be connected. Oregon Citizens Lobby meets up in the second floor once a week during every session.
Okay.
All I can say is please understand how powerful Facebook can be. And use it for this. Use it for him.
And Kay, stay here. Yes.
Yes.
Woo! I met Kay. Was it Sheriff Joe? I think it was Sheriff Joe.
I don't know. I've been down here a lot.
Well, but I met Kay at a rally, and we sat there and talked and realized that we were like-minded. So we became friends on Facebook, and so that's kind of what a key is here, folks. Even though we represent a whole lot of groups, coming together and networking, because you know she's found out about this, I found out about things through her because of her posts. Over on the table, I think it's still there. If you want to, is a sign-up sheet that you can put down your name and your email address.
I did.
I will make a list of that when I get home, and everybody that's on there will get a copy of the list so that you can network with each other, so that we can still be part of our group, we can still be part of the 3%ers, we can still be part of Oath Keepers, Overpasses, militia, whatever you are, but let's come together as a group. I mean, this is just awesome. Let's do it together.
Hey guys, can we post some of these pictures on the Facebook, the invite that went out for the Salem for this? Can any of you guys post some pictures for us? If you comment and just add a picture before you leave tonight.
Yep.
To the event page?
We've been doing it all
Yeah,
day,
to the
basically.
event page.
Like when I saw you come in there, I go, yep, here's one.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody pay attention to it. John Wyden and Ron Wyden and Jeff Urkel coming out of the FBI called us a virus that needed to be eradicated. Let's show them what a virus looks like.
Let's show them the black plague.
Let's show it. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
To the best of my knowledge, I'm clarifying that, Greg Walden is the only that has spoken up for the protesters.
Yes.
Right.
Greg Walden, your
Only Oregon
second district representative out of the Central and
Good
Southern
man.
Oregon man.
Good man.
You stand up for that man.
Hey, this sounded like the governor was
Walden
complicit,
sucks. It's
too.
only
Don't forget that
words.
when it comes time to vote.
Walden sucks. It's only words.
Bloody Kate Brown.
We have
right now.
Thanks to Greg Walden, I'm from Klamath Falls. We don't have any jobs. Our water's shut down.
Walden's part of the BLM problem. He's not part of the solution.
Medford.
Look at his voting record. He
I'm from the
sucks.
great
Okay,
state
well,
of
with these
Jefferson.
people speaking, I can't hear anybody.
Thank you so
Okay,
guys.
we got it.
He's your only one.
We have a person here that is trying to organize another rally similar to this, and I believe a convoy. She happens to know where Kate Brown lives. So,
Put it on Facebook.
Let's do a
That ain't illegal.
I'm actually thinking that maybe we can create a Facebook page. I'm going to tell that young lady that's got the sign over there. We are LaVoy's voice.
We can get other states to join. They'll be here.
Also on Valentine's Day in Eugene, Oregon, there's another one of these on Valentine's Day.
Okay. Well, we're also having on the 21st on Sunday. We're also having an overpass event on Center Street overpass. Here in Salem. Here in Salem, where we will be doing the same thing, honoring LaVoy, waving our flags, and that one's going to go a little bit more, as far as, I have an Arrest Obama t-shirt that I'm going to be wearing.
What time is it?
Yeah. I like that, I like that one.
Carol, what time?
Everybody wants to come back, but if we keep these going, gosh, this is a small group. We're going to get bigger.
What time? What time
The time on overpass is 10 a.m. Sunday morning, and we usually go for a couple hours. We can stay longer if you want.
Would anybody be willing to help me put something together in Portland where Ammon and the guy, I'll put it together, but Ammon and the guys are in Portland right now, 20 minutes from my house. And I think that if anybody can help me with legalities so we don't get arrested, I'd love for him to hear that his people are out front and he hasn't been forgotten. If you remember, before all this started, he was at home with his wife and his kids and he was fine. And now he's sitting in solitary confinement 23 hours a day, like a murdering criminal who doesn't even deserve to see light. So,
And that's what I was sharing earlier. These people that came to do this, that came and sat at the refuge, that are now sitting in jail, are not from Oregon. But they came to stand for Oregon.
Yes, they did.
So let's honor them. Let's honor the sacrifice that they have made by coming together and doing something instructive. I definitely will get the word out. I don't know how many groups are here, but hopefully all of you belong to one or more of the 8 Patriot groups that I posted to. And as soon as we know more about doing this convoy past Kate's house, we'll let you know. Because if it's anything like the convoy that Donnie put together today, it is going to be fantastic.